gotta get back. So that's what this is all about.
Right.
You know, so, you know, yeah, Clint, who else we waiting on, man?
Carmen and John.
Okay, well,
I'll go right downstairs and check.
all right. Y'all got questions for me, man? Call Jonathan, Anthony.
How'd you get started?
How I got started this? Man, you know I ain't finished high school.
Okay.
Okay. I always been good with my hands.
Okay.
So when I was a little kid, I used to cut grass for people when I was like 15, 14 years old. And then I started doing concrete work, like brickwork,
Okay.
concrete work. And then from there, the guy that I was working for, he started doing like other things like plumbing and electrical. So he started showing me things here and there. I just love being outside, you know. And then about when I was about 24, 25 years old, because I did that for when I was 15, almost like 10 years. Then my brother had a computer company and down in DC. So he needed some help. So after 10 years, I got tired of being outside. I was literally go inside. And so I started helping him out. We did government contracts. So like all of DC government, State Department, Department of Interior, USDA. So we work all these accounts. Those are my accounts. So we should go in there, sell computers like IBM and Dell and Compaq. And then we should bring the engineers in. So let's say USDA bought 100 computers from us, they're Dells. Well, they had to be taken out the box, hook up the keyboard, the mouse, and run the operating system. So we hired a bunch of A+ technicians. Got them, you know what A+ is?
Yes, sir.
Get them A+, so they could go out there and do 30 PCs in a day. And then we bring in our network engineers, then they would hook up like the Cisco routers and the switches and get all the communication stuff going. So I did that shit for 10 years. And it took the company to $32 million.
Wow.
Made the fastest growing Inc. magazine 3 years in a row. I got awards from Anthony Williams, the mayor down there. I'm part of the Big Brother, Big Sister program.
Okay.
So, and then the Boys and Girls of America, I've done a lot of talks and training with those guys too. So I just like, you know, just giving back, man. See, I came to this country when I was 5 years old from Pakistan. I didn't speak English.
Right.
I didn't know how to read or write. And see, where I grew up, we grew up in a village. So it's like, you know, we grew up where, like, you have 5 or 6 families that live in the area, and then we share everything. We got goats and chickens. We share everything. That's the way I grew up.
Right.
So my culture is not American. My culture is from there. So I come in this country, I'm like, man, what pisses me off? There's a lot of lazy motherfuckers here. Right? I come from nothing. And here I am. I had to learn how to read, learn how to write, learn how to get to know a new world. I mean, the first time I went into a store, there was aisles of food like apples and just fruit. You could just grab stuff. To me, that was like, what the fuck? That was mine. You know, I'm like, whoa.
Right.
We used to cows and donkeys, and there's cars going up and down the highway. And the streets are this wide. We got dirt roads. I mean, it's like a different world. You know what I'm saying? Then I said, man, these people here, they're born into this wealth. And they don't even see it.
They don't do anything with it.
It's
I think the first time I've actually heard you was
I think it was
I was on the mastermind call
look on the
Oh,
side.
back in January.
Okay.
And the difference I heard in you is that everybody was talking about the VA projects big to do. And when you came on, you were talking about I want to get some commercial developments to actually put in my own development.
Right.
So you're thinking and you're talking, which is different than everybody else that was on the call. So that's what made me remember you for one. And then John didn't email me about the training. I said, oh, okay, that's what it is.
Mhm.
But when I heard you on the call, I was like, yeah, that, your thinking was just different than everybody else.
And that's what Jonathan tells me, like Marcel and these guys are teaching these things. They like teaching this stuff. I'm trying to teach people this stuff.
Right.
Because I want you guys to realize the only holdback in this world is you. You get in your own way.
Right.
Get the fuck out of your way and let the sky be the sky and put it out in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can do whatever you can do all this.
Right.
It's just you gotta apply yourself to it.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Bryant didn't become Kobe Bryant by not going to practices,
Right.
not sacrificing, not giving up certain things, not running the streets. He became who he is, just like James and everybody else.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I come to this country and I see this stuff, and I see people being lazy. That shit don't make sense to me, man. You see what I'm saying?
Spoiled, man.
Yeah. They get contented with where they are in life. And
But I'm just real, dude. I'm just a real guy, man. I work hard. I got a wife.
What's up?
You know, I got a rent payment like everybody else.
It's just us.
What's up, John?
How you doing? Been a while.
Hey, over there. Hey,
How are you?
good.
This is my mom.
Oh, hey, hi.
Fine. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
She's been on.
Long Foster. But you gonna be over here soon, man.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
What's up, bro?
So, Clint, is anybody else coming?
No, I think this is it.
This is it?
What happened to the other two?
I had a friend that was coming. He got called into work.
Oh, okay.
There was another girl named Mary and somebody else.
Maria, I never got a hold of her. She never got back. And then you said Brian is the one that got called in.
Well, this is cool. Let's just get it going, man, because it'll be more,
Interesting.
yeah, intimate. Listen, I'm still learning English.
Same here.
I was just telling them my story before you guys came.
I don't even know the story, man. A little bit.
You know? He'll feel you. He was listening.
I'll let you know.
No, but
Trying to
Clint,
get-
he's gonna record it.
Trying to get licensed.
Oh, okay.
You got your license?
Yeah.
You recorded,
I
Clint?
didn't get it.
You ready? Oh. All right, so I'm just gonna rewind the tape.
how about
So, okay, Jonathan, here's my story. Carmen, here's my story. So I was just telling them, basically, I came to this country when I was 5 years old. I come from Pakistan. Okay, so when I came to this country, I didn't speak no English, I didn't read or write, none of this stuff. And I come from a little village in Pakistan, where we live, there's like 6, 7 families live in the village. We have our own goats and chickens and stuff, and everybody, works together as a team. And that's where I'm brought up, that's where we're raised. So, we would go out and, get the eggs and help the women with the wood so they could cook and everything. And then I came here in 1975. Okay, so we didn't have no green card. We didn't have no citizenship, none of that stuff. So, my dad was the first generation here. So, and it's five of us, 5 brothers, no sisters. So we lived in Arlington, Virginia. So at that time, in the 70s, you gotta keep in mind, World War II ended in 68, right? So when World War II ended, there was a lot of,
Or Vietnam.
Vietnam,
Yeah.
oh, Vietnam. And there was a lot of immigrants that came to the U.S. between the 70s and 80s, okay? So in Arlington, right over there by the Pentagon, you had the Chinese, you got Laos, you got Spanish, you got Africa. It was like a melting ground. It was like everybody was trying to survive out of this area. So we delivered like newspapers and, took out people's trash and cleaned gutters and anything we could do for cash, right? But it was 5 of us. So we did that for a very long time. And I never finished high school. Got in trouble with this whole system down here. But one of the things that I never really understood was, like, a lot of people that are born in this country, they're born into a lot of wealth, but they just don't realize that what they have here. You know what I mean? I mean, like I was telling them, first time I went to a grocery store, and I seen foods, like aisles of food, to me, I was like, damn. Because we come from dirt roads and, you know, the highways and the cars, we have donkeys and horses back there. You know, it's like a totally different world. So then I'm like, man, these people here, they don't get it. You know, so my thing is today is just to kind of share my knowledge, my experience, and help people, man. Because I want to create value for you. The more value I create for you guys going to create value for me. And like I was telling them, I can't take this with me. Because I'm going to die, and God's going to be like, well, you held your knowledge back. But if I could help 1,000 kids, 1,000 people, then He's going to be like, come on in. And I'm talking about that side of the fence. You know, so that's what this is about. I'm no smarter than anybody else. I just work hard. And if you work hard and you are consistent, you can get anything, man. You can get anything in this world. Will you write my quote down?
Yeah, because that's what I tell these guys, being consistent, and that's something we're working on.
Yeah. And that's true. I mean, that right there is true. You know, that's how you got to live every single day. Right? So let me just tell you. All right, so there's three different categories here. Okay? So this is this category. This is this one here, and this is this one. So if you live like this, what happens? The outcome is everybody's going to win. Okay? So the actions is you got to have integrity. Training, like I was saying, you got to train yourself. Just like, I'll give an example of Kobe Bryant. Training, right? And communication. Communication is key to marriage. It's key to any relationship. With God, with your mom, with your brothers, communication is key. Okay, then you got to play full out. Like I was telling Milk the other day. Can't be scared. You just gotta go in and do it, man. Because we hold ourselves back. So get out your own way. So you gotta play it full out. And there's a training class called the Landmark Course. And if you guys get some time, I'll tell you more about that. So, you know, just being loving. You know, just being honest, being humble, being loving. What happens? You get more clients. Right? You get happier clients. Okay? And then clients give you referrals. Right? But having sincerity. Being sincere with things. Being honest. Ain't no reason to lie and cheat. What happens to like Gaddafi and all these people? They all end up dead, shot in the head. Look at Bin Laden, shot in the head. Right? Look what's going on in Syria with President Assad. He's killing those people. He's gonna be shot in the head. You gotta be honest, man, and be professional. Right? And carry yourself that way. You know, it's a win. You create a win-win for everybody. And those are the people you want to be around. You don't want to be around people that's going to be negative and always complaining and, you know, all that stuff. Because all that does is pull you down. Man, get the hell off me, man. You got to let go of those people. And you got to go where other people ain't going. And don't be followers, be leaders. You know? So, and reliability. If you say you're going to do something, do it. You know, if you say you're going to commit to something, then do it. You tell somebody you're going to be there at 8 o'clock, be there at 7:55. You know, and then here, being consistent. Now, if you do these things even 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day, but you do it every day, okay, that's how you have growth in business. That's how your business grows, right? And then how you, time management, control your time. We all got the same hours, 24 hours a day. Just all of us do. It's how we manage our time. It's what we do with our time, right? And be organized, right? And then follow through. You're going to call 50 people back, call them back. That's where most people mess up. They don't follow through. They do all these things to get all these things going, but they never go back and follow through. And you lose a lot of business that way. And then have a process. Right? Have your systems, have a process, have a plan. This right here, that's real. But we're not here for that.
No, I just had to.
Yeah.
I'm reading the book Compound Effect. Read it? By Darren Hardy. He's a publisher of the Success Magazine.
Okay. All right, well, so today we're gonna talk about construction and how to do a construction budget, right? We're gonna talk about estimates, like how to go out and when you're at a house. Now, for you, well, you're an agent. I'm becoming an agent. I should be an agent soon. So for us, as well as investors, is we got to know how to basically handle when you go to a house, measure how much it's going to cost to replace carpet, how much it's going to cost to if you want to put in hardwood floors, how much it's going to cost if you want to put in ceramic tiles, right? How much it's going to cost if you rip out a kitchen and put in a new kitchen, right? And then some of the things that you can do inexpensively to create value for the house, like stain the deck, paint the walls, just add curb appeal to the outside of the house by adding mulch. We're gonna talk about these little things because the goal here is for us to make more money by having more knowledge to be able to serve the client. Regardless if you're selling the house and you go to a listing situation and you say, look, you can get maybe $200,000 for your house the way it is. But if you add some value to it by doing these little things, add $1,000 to $1,500, or if you rip out the whole kitchen and add this, now you could probably get $280, $270, right? But be able to have just a basic understanding on how to go in there and talk with authority and talk with confidence, and then be able to, because people see when you don't know something, right? And keep in mind, you're just giving out a ballpark. You're not contractors. You never will be contractors, but to have a basic fundamental understanding, right? So that's what we're going to talk about there. How does that? Yeah. All right. So if y'all have any questions, like what are the things you guys want to cover?
Pretty much everything you said.
The construction budget, figure out what some costs.
Okay. Same thing. All right. So some of the tools you gotta have. You gotta have your coffee in the morning.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm on a diet, but I had to have a donut today. You gotta have a tape measure. You gotta have be able to measure. Okay. Hardwood floors, they come in different thickness and different size and stuff like that. So we're gonna talk about how to measure the floors, and also gonna talk about how to resand the floor. A lot of times the floors are good, but they got stains on it. You can resand the surface and apply a new finish on there instead of replacing everything, right? Gotta have a knife, okay? Because you get in situations where you gotta cut something or whatever. But you should always have a knife. This is a builder's, contractor's knife, but you should have one. You should always carry a towel, because there's houses that have mold or it just stinks in there, or when you touch something, I've did it a couple of times. You gotta have something. You don't want to go home. My wife get mad because I be going home like this, and she got to do laundry 2 times a week instead of once. I keep a little recorder with me because a lot of times I'm not able to write, but I can walk through a house, be like, hey guys, I'm at 1223 Main Street. All right, the kitchen is 18 by 24. Okay, this bedroom's got 3 bedrooms, got 3, I could talk about it, and then I could go back and listen, because if you're looking at 3, 4, 5 homes a day, you're not going to be able to remember everything.
That's enough. We have on the phone now, so that's.
Well, okay, I'm old.
I've done it.
But that's on the phone now?
Yeah, voice recorder. So you wouldn't need that anymore.
I'm paying $50 for this, man.
That's what I'm saying. No, avoid another cost. Use your phone.
Oh, I don't have those. I still got this one here.
You
You
should
should
have
have a
that.
recorder on it.
You should have that.
Clint's my IT guy. So he does all that. I'm still
In case you forget that, you still have a backup.
but I'm comfortable with this one. Yeah, I'll keep this one. And then have a calculator. Have a calculator with you guys. All right. Now this is a kind of cool tool. This is a material estimator. It gives you it's a calculator in here. Okay. So this is kind of cool. It tells you if you put in square feet, if you do square yard, because carpet is sold in the yard.
Right.
Okay, so you could come in here like I'll let him. So let's say if the room is 15 times, let me clean this out. I don't use this, but I just know what it is. 15 times 15. And then you hit that. You see, it said feet and inches and yards. Hit feet. That's 225 feet. So if you hit yards, that's 75 yards. So if you know that the carpet is going to cost $5 a yard, then you take this times 5. So that this room is going to cost $375 to put carpet in this room, right? So it also does studs. So let's say you're going to stud this room out. You're going, and this is 35 feet long. Well, studs are every 16 inches, right? Studs every 16 inches. So most time, house ceilings are like 8 feet tall. Now you may get a situation where they're 9, 10 feet tall ceilings. So the studs come by 2 by 4 by 8 or 2 by 4 by 10, right? So it depends on the size of the ceiling. That makes sense?
Yeah.
You confused over there?
The last number, the 10 or the 8, depends.
So if it's 10 feet tall ceiling, it's going to be 2 by 4. It's always going to be a 2 by 4. But it's either going to be a 10 foot or an 8 foot or a 12 foot. Okay, so but they're always going to be 2 by 4s, right? So if you like some of the houses in Baltimore I've done, some of those ceilings are like 12 feet tall ceilings. So we had to use 2 by 4 by 12. But some of the houses in PG County are normally 10 or 8. Or you know, if they're 9, then we get the 10 and cut it. We don't like doing that because we don't waste material. You know, so, but that's a cool little calculator. I got this from Home Depot for the guys. And they can do concrete, so if you're doing a driveway, so let's say the driveway is 25 feet long, put 2 cars, 18 feet, so you can put your 24 by 18 and it'll tell you how much concrete you need. Okay? Yeah. Oh, another free thing is this right here. This is, man, this right here is free. It's at the Home Depot. Okay? And this is a real good tool to try to figure out how many cabinets you need. It's very easy to read, and it tells you step by step. Okay, and it gives you the size. It tells you the size of the wall cabinets, right? It tells you the size of the base cabinets. So the base cabinets are the ones that go on the floor. Those are the base cabinets. So usually, let's say you do a 30-inch sink, that's going to be a 30-inch base, right? And then if you do like the walls, if your height, like this even tells you the height. So if your height from the floor here is 96 inches, it tells you different ways to measure the height. If it's 84 inches, then it'll tell you your height. And it'll give you a couple of layout examples of how you may want to reposition that kitchen, right? And so, and then here, like every square is basically 12 inches, 1 foot. So you could just draw a diagram, so like I was just doing here. So let's say I do a kitchen island, and I knock down the wall and put a little island there, so I know how much granite I'm gonna need, what kind of cabinets to put down there. So you could use this diagram very easily. And just read it, just read this step by step. They're written in Spanish too. And then on here, it'll tell you the accessories, like, so let's say a couple of houses I've done, the end cabinet might be next to a sliding door to go out to a deck, right? So you could do accessories like put like little another side panel on the side of the end cabinet to give it that finished look. The bottom line is you know, you want to have a good product, right? Good products automatically sell themselves. And sometimes where a lot of investors go wrong, a lot of builders go wrong, it's like they'll go 89%, they'll go cheap towards the end. It's like, damn, I should have put in another $1,000 and I would have saved 45 days. You know what I mean? So sometimes if you just put in the extra $1,000 or whatever, like I'll put in window rods. I go to JCPenney and get drapes. right? So my wife goes in there, she does that. So if it's 96, we put in little drapes. So let's say it costs us $500 to put in drapes. So what? But it makes the product look better, but also gives the home buyer another incentive. So she could go look at 10 houses. You know, that one had window drapes and it had blinds.
It's one less thing to do.
Exactly.
She moves in.
The objective is to make it easy for a buyer or a seller. Make it easy. Take stuff off their plate to show them your value, show them your added benefit. This is why they should deal with you. This is why they should deal with you. This is why you're different. This is why you're unique, your added value. And all these DVDs and CDs, that's what they all tell you. Where is your uniqueness? Where is your added value? Right? So by knowing these things and having the right tools, it's going to allow you to put yourself in another bucket. Because you want to get away from the buckets with all these other crabs that are just pulling you down. Because they get what they're getting because they're not doing what's necessary. If you do these things here, be consistent, and you just apply yourself and put time and practice, you put yourself in the bucket, that's when things will start happening. Right?
Yeah.
So that's what this is about, right? Alright, so now I got cabinets here. My products, I try to go to Home Depot just to see what their cost is, but it also depends on the area. If I'm doing a house in Capitol Heights and I know it's only going to exit at 169, 159, 139, well, I'm not going to put in, high-end cabinets. I'm not going to put in like designer cabinets. But if you go into an area like McLean, Virginia, where I could sell a house for $900,000, or go to the city of Alexandria where I could sell a house for $800,000, well, I'm going to put in a better product.
How about DC?
It depends, DC where. Now, I've done a house in Trinidad. I did put in these cabinets and it went like this. But now the difference between these cabinets and the cabinets that you get over there is probably a cost of $3,000. But then you got to look at it, well, holding costs. If I put these cabinets in, I'm going to get the house sold quickly. But if I put those cabinets in, it's going to cost me $3,000 up front, but it's going to sit. Maybe 30 days or 45 days. Maybe 20 people that come look at that and then consider putting a contract. Or the 5 people look at this and put in a contract. It goes back to the end product. Right? But one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to overbuild. You don't want to put extra $50,000 in the neighborhood, but you know you're not going to get it out of there.
Do you ever go look at the competitors finish
All the time.
and just see what
All the time.
was active on the market?
Oh yeah, all the time. Okay, so floors, when you do floors, right, so Home Depot, they have a box which covers 17 feet in the box. All right, each box is like $67. Okay, so if you got a room that's 15 by 15, and you could use your calculator, it'll tell you the square footage, you know how many boxes to buy, right? So that's your material cost. Okay, know the measurements. Now labor cost is going to be anywhere from $5 to $8 a square foot to install hardwood floors. It depends now. A couple of houses I've gotten into where I've taken back the carpet, and I've taken back stuff, and the plywood, the subfloor, was rotted out. The floors go like this, they rotted out. And the joists is moved. That's like when you got to fix the joists and you got to put in new subfloors and the price goes up. Because sometimes the floors are like not level, right? So that means because the joists go like this on the bottom and then the subfloor goes on top.
Right.
So you gotta, if you take the old floors down or take the carpet down, you notice that then, a piece of plywood, which is 4 by 8, okay, it's going to cost you about $30, $40. Depends on if you're going to go with the 1/2 inch or 3 1/4 inch. In my house, I would go with 3 1/4 because you want more stability, and most Americans are fat these days.
Right.
Including each other.
So I'm just saying, so things like that, you want to keep all that into consideration, right? But also you don't want to overbuild at the same time, but I believe in doing things right. So don't go cheap on materials. And always put in at least a 15% overage. Okay, at least a 15% oil rich. So you could determine, let's say you're gonna drop $30,000 in a house. But keep in mind, if you take down, let's say it's got wood paneling, you peel that wood paneling back, it could be termites back there, which there was many times. Or it could be some of the studs back there are like, were just rotted out, right?